What's going on, Catawba County? Welcome to the heart of Catawba, where community meets conversation. I'm your host, Tyler.
And I'm Laurel. Let's get into it.
This episode is sponsored by Cranford Hospitality, a family-owned business built on good food, hard work, and community. Whether it's a steakhouse night out, a casual barbecue, breakfast with the family, or a drink from their brewery or distillery, everything they do is about bringing people together. We're grateful to be sponsored by a family that puts heart into everything they create.
So we have a special episode today. We have the official sponsors of the Heart of Catawba podcast with us today, Mr. Zack Cranford and Mr. Tucker Cranford. Tucker's been on here before. Y'all have seen Tucker before. If you didn't go watch that episode, go back and watch it. It's a really, really good one. But we got his brother here today with us, Mr. Zack. How you doing?
Good. How are y'all?
Good, man.
Glad
Tell
to
us,
be here.
Good.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. We got Tucker's backstory. Let the viewers know your backstory.
Yeah, Zack Cranford with Cranford Hospitality. We're a family-owned, operated restaurant group in the area. Hopefully you've been to a lot of our places before. I don't know how in-depth you want me to go.
I mean, you can go as in-depth or as surface level as you want. It's your world. We're just living in it.
Yeah, we grew up in the Hickory area, went off to school, came back, and kind of grew the family business from Granny's to kind of what it is today.
NC State, right?
Yep, go Wolfpack.
Go Pack.
Right.
I can't say that. I'm Duke Nation, but we'll let it slide. So,
What did you go to school for?
I was accounting and entrepreneurship.
Oh, cool. And remind me what you went to school for, Tucker? The same thing?
Yeah.
I was about to say, I was
Dream
like,
team.
wait, no wonder why. Numbers are their friend.
Yes, absolutely.
For sure. So, as you can tell, we're in a new space today. We are in the Charolais 2.0. So I'm sure they're more excited than I am, but working with Cranford Hospitality, I'm very excited to see what's going to go on in this space. I know it's going to be absolutely wonderful. But tell us a little bit about this space, what it's going to be, how many people it's going to hold, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So y'all are first to be in here, so welcome in.
Appreciate it.
We're still putting the some buttoning up touches on it before the guests come in a week or two. But this is, as you mentioned, you called it Charolais 2.0. So this is kind of our next iteration of what Charolais is. It's not a new location, like we're not moving, we're not adding a second location or anything like that. We acquired the building next door to us a couple years ago, about the same time we acquired the brewery property.
Okay.
And just has had it as a back pocket project that we've been wanting to do for quite some time. As many of y'all have been to the Charolais before, I mean, it's an institution started in 1969. We had the opportunity to kind of carry on the torch in 2019.
What does that mean? Can I stop you and ask what that means? Institution
yeah.
in 1929? What does that mean?
1969.
69. Okay.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's just been around forever. How many businesses do you know that's been in business since '69?
Not that long.
Not a
ago. I
lot.
can't think of any off the top of my head.
It's a staple in the Hickory area. A lot of folks like celebrated. My brother went to prom here. I couldn't tell you how many folks went to prom, got
All
married,
the
and
time.
came back.
I went to. I mean, I came here for prom. I can't even. I can't even lie.
Yeah.
All the time, it's anniversary, birthday, prom. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah, it's a place that people have shared special moments in their life, for a long time.
we had
And-
when we remodeled the first time, someone wanted to buy one of the booths because they
That was the booth that got engaged at or something. to that
Really?
That's
nature.
so special.
Yeah, we were like, we're just getting all new furniture. You can have it.
Oh, they got to have it.
Yeah, it'll help us get it out.
That's so special. Oh,
Yeah.
That's super cool.
So we've had a good 6-year run at it. Done some really cool things like won some awards and things of that nature, and it was just ready for the next step for this business. We have 88 seats on the other side. So what you're sitting in is our second dining room that we're going to be adding. So we're going to go from 88 overall to 120, 130. And then we're also adding some private dining rooms. One very small, kind of cozy, intimate, more like 12 to 24 it'll hold. And then we also have a larger one that's going to hold like 40 to probably 60. If you hear some doors walking around and slamming, we're crunch time on getting open.
Oh yeah,
right now.
they're still in here grinding. We just
Yeah.
gonna slide our way in here too. But no, it's okay. We understand.
And then, like, both of those rooms could be combined to have one large private event space. So we're excited about that. We get a lot of inquiries for parties larger than 10 or 12, and it's just hard to make that shuffle in our current small dining room. So we'll have more than enough space. And also, like, this building's got a lot different character than what the other side of the Charolais looks like. So we wanted to make it look like the Charolais, but also in its own identity of that. It's got large ceilings in here. It doesn't have that kind of rough European architecture on the walls, but we tried to incorporate the stained glass. We tried to incorporate a lot of the wood and some of those elements in here, and I feel like we did a pretty,
I feel like
pretty
you
good
did an
job.
excellent
our,
job.
For sure.
Our original design conversations, we kept thinking like, how do we make it look like it is downstairs? And then we shortly realized we don't want it to look like it does downstairs. We want it to be its own elevation
Like
of what the
extension
Charolais
of that.
has been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
I think
looks
it's
great.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think it's a great middle ground
Yeah.
of being its own place, but also having the same aesthetic and same feel that the Charolais does downstairs. I mean, I think you guys and Karen
Nailed it.
we'll give Karen a shout out too.
Nailed it.
Y'all did an excellent job with the design and just the architecture, and everything in here is just
Thank you for shouting out Karen. She's over there actually right now.
She's painting.
Hand painting some metallic gold kind of finish on our windows to elevate it. Karen's like our ace. She's been with us for a long time. First restaurant she helped us design with Standard Oyster back in the day. And just like we've grown in operations, she's grown in operations. Now we can 3D model things. We can throw things up on a rendering, say, I like that color, I don't like that. It really helps like casting that vision on things. And we're very grateful to have Karen on our team. Like, she can do the design work. She can also hand paint things. Like, literally there's no limitation on what she's able to do and make a space look brighter.
for sure. Just like in the Blue Ridge room, that wallpaper situation that y'all had designed or planned out, and then not in stock anymore.
Discontinued.
All right, Karen, can you hand paint this
Get in there
mural
and
up
paint it,
here?
girl.
For sure.
2 days later, it's done.
Yeah.
I love that.
It happened really quick. And for those of y'all that don't know what we're talking about, Blue Ridge Room, go to Cranford Brothers Facebook. Go check out that video. Super, super amazing space. Definitely not of the level of the Charolais, but y'all are killing it with private events and corporate events and stuff catering level. I don't think there's a company in this area that can do it like you do, because you have the people that are backing you, but also have so many different business models with restaurants. That just shows the type of people that you are and what it takes to not only run one business or one restaurant, but you have 6 that are completely, well, Granny's is the same, but all the other ones are completely different concepts.
For sure. It's fun. It's a challenge at the same time because everyone is different and operates different, and they have different cultures between them. So we don't do a whole lot of like sharing of our team. Most of the time you're at that location, and that, for a reason, because we've took a lot of time to kind of curate and hopefully, build that culture at each one. And they all have their own, it's just hard to explain without being in it, but they all have their own identity, their own type of folks that make each one of them great. And on the event side of things, like that's something that was, I don't want to say low-hanging fruit for us at all, because it is hard work that goes into setting up a private event. You don't know all the details from coordinating from teams and coordinating to menu items to getting it there that goes into an event. But for us, it was just like we're not fully taking advantage of it like we should.
And we didn't see that until we opened the brewery. Like, we didn't think we were going to be the event space, but we got so many inquiries, we had to
Yep.
Do
figure
you
it out.
think it's fair to say that after post-COVID situation that events and catering just saw more of a demand? Because I think on the hospitality side, I've seen a way higher demand for catering and off-site events and just like not taking up an entire restaurant.
As soon as that,
And the power outage or
Yeah.
whatever, and everybody flocked
Yeah.
to City Walk.
yeah,
Dude,
that was wild for sure.
dude.
and
Work
like-
from home,
oh, yeah.
AKA the brewery. You're like, yeah, drink
For
some
sure.
beer.
I remember when the hurricane happened, like that day, we're in the town, we have fiber internet, so people could work from there. I remember them coming in, and every bar like seat we had probably like, because we have chargers on the outside of the bar,
Ooh.
was filled with charging
People's phones
stations.
charging.
Trying
What
to
was that
reach
power
out.
bill like that month?
And then like 2 or 3 days later, we get a call from NC Emergency Management wanting us to feed folks, that were either serving or impacted or whatever. Can you do this? Can you do that? And that really opened our eyes on events and catering too, because we were running trucks. Like I think we did 55,000 meals in 3 months or something like that. We were doing several thousand a day.
About
to-
1,600 meals a day we were sending out, and it was a challenge for sure.
Yeah, it was crazy. We were buying vans to keep up with it.
Wow.
Because they were like running different locations. So that was a whole nother
Yeah.
element, but it opened up to like,
There's a
we
need.
have, there's a need. We have these, pretty good sized kitchens. Might as well use them to the max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of every restaurant has its own challenges. Because we're here in the Charolais 2.0, do you want to talk about any challenges that really stuck out to you during this transition process?
Yeah, so construction-wise, I'm assuming since we haven't opened, I'm sure we'll have a whole other set of challenges here in a couple weeks
Yeah.
that we'll have to face. But like, so anytime we do a project, we acquire the building and then we kind of renovate it ourselves. So each building is unique. This one is unique in its sense that it was next to a building that was already operating. So we had to figure out how to make, from a design perspective, how to make it flow where guests are feeling like it's a continuation of the same space, but also on the backside, on the kitchen and operationally, how they have as fewest steps possible to get, from the food or from the bar to the table. So like when we were designing this, the furthest walk is like the booth in front of us where the camera is right now, but that is also on the other side from the kitchen or the bar, probably the furthest walk to table 5 in there. So we tried to keep that in mind in here on one of kind of from a restaurant perspective, but also another challenge with that was this building sits like 4 foot higher than the building next door. So like when you cut a hole in the wall, in our minds, it was like, all right, we're going to cut a hole in the wall and we're just going to walk through. You cut a hole in the wall and then there's dirt and it's how do we get 4 feet higher? That was a big challenge for us, is getting it to the right space.
Without taking up too much space
Space.
up here as well.
Yeah. adding the staircase in. We haven't done a ton of staircases.
And then did you have to get like zoning and permitting like approval for cutting a hole in the wall and stuff like that?
Yeah, so everything we do, like
I think people don't know that too. Like
Yeah.
it's not just you're cutting a hole in the wall and you're merging a building. There's like stuff with the city that you have to deal with, and you got to pay money for pieces of paper that say that it's okay that you did this.
For sure. Which we have to do that on all our growth projects. But, like we have an architect that we use on all our projects, Stan Winstead, great guy, lives in Hickory, office is in Newton. And then we've got engineers that we work with. So it is very tailored and custom. And like that goes back to where like Karen is so important in this process, because Karen has the ability to say, let's see what these light fixtures are placed. Do we like those? Do we change that? And there's a level of communication between the design team and our team to get it really dialed in on the aesthetics.
I'm sure those 3D renderings help a lot too with they stop you from making a mistake that you have to learn
And
when it's
go
right
back
there
and
in front of
fix
you.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can not backtrack as much as far as knowing, okay, I like this without doing anything versus, well, we got to do it to see what it's going to look like. And then you're like, oh, I don't like it. Turn around, go backwards, restart.
Oh, for sure. It saves you from having to pay somebody to paint a wall and hate the color and then have to repaint it again.
For sure.
Build a wall and move it, or whatever.
Whatever that is, it does help a lot with that. But yeah, so like we hadn't dealt with the Department of Labor on the elevator, so that was a new. When I say elevator, it's like a lift that goes 4 foot up to make us ADA accessible between all our places. So that was just like a new hurdle that we haven't went through yet.
Learning opportunity.
Yeah, not a big hurdle at all.
Yeah.
The folks were great and made it easy as possible, but it was just, something new that we haven't done yet.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very interesting. Is there anything specific that sticks out to you during this process that was a challenge, aside from everything he said?
Just thinking about, like he mentioned about the steps,
Logistics.
and not
Yeah.
just trying to put things where they're convenient for the staff.
Yeah.
I'm more staff minded, I think, than Zach is for sure. He tends to be guest minded, and I'm thinking about the operations, but just where things need to be, where they should be placed, and how we can make our staff efficient, because that's one hurdle we're about to jump over, is getting them thinking 2.0 every day rather than the old Charolais. We've been meeting weekly on that for about 2 months, so I think they're ready, but there's still going to be some hurdles for sure.
Yeah. And when he says 2.0, we're not rewriting the book here. Like, you're still going to get the salad bar, you're still going to get the meat cart, you're still going to get like what you think is the Charolais experience, but we're also sprinkling in some fun things, raw oysters. Like when we think of like other steakhouses in other communities, like what do they have that we are missing the mark on, or just simply don't offer because that's the way it was done in 1969. So like raw oysters, that fresh seafood element of it. We'll have a nice lump crab cocktail. Our shrimp is going to be like a huge shrimp. Not saying the shrimp were small before, but just a large, like a very premium tiger shrimp. And then we're also sprinkling in. If you've came in here in the past year, we've been featuring Wagyu cuts. Did not know how that would work in Hickory, because it is a pretty penny for it, but it's also, if you eat it, it's just, you love it. And
There's nothing like it.
yeah, and it's caught on very well with our guests. So we're offering 3 different cuts of Wagyu on the new menu.
As well as expanding our dry age program as well, which we started doing, probably 3 years ago. We started dry aging in-house.
Yeah, we bought a second dry ager as well. So the dry ager will now be kind of, instead of in a corner behind booth 17, it's going to be up here leading into the dining room. And you're going to be able to see tomahawks in there and all types of other different cuts. So.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, I think I'm going to go back to y'all's different mindset. I think that speaks volume of just the teamwork aspect that has to go into all of this. That's why y'all work so well together. I know obviously me and Tucker talk about it all the time, but I'm big on working with family is super, super hard. That's one of the hardest things that I've ever done in my life, was work with my family. But y'all being able to use your own judgment of how you think and mold it together to make the best experience for the guest as well as make the best experience for the team. I think that's truly why that you guys have grown as much as you have, is because nobody can mend that as well as y'all can. It's a tough thing to do to keep your guest experience at a certain level, but also care about your team enough to make them want to give that guest that experience as well.
Absolutely. I think we're more engaged with our team here than we've ever been, especially on the 2 months we've been having classes. And, also you get excited about just a new project and having some freshness to it. So there's some fun going on here right now.
For sure.
And I think they're ready to kind of take the next step. We've changed uniforms like a month or two ago to elevate that. And we've done some things
to ease into it, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the best way to you got to crawl before you walk, and then you got to walk before you run. Nobody's ready to just jump all in, because that's a big ask of anybody. Oh yeah, that's a good one right there.
So when's your soft opening? It's coming up, right?
Yes, coming up. So new menu starts tonight.
Awesome.
So they're like kind of working in the kitchen, getting used to shucking the oysters where things are living in that world. And then we have like a little cocktail reception that's invite only to kind of see the space. We're doing 2 nights of that on this weekend. And then we will go live unofficially, start taking a few reservations in here on the 22nd.
Is there anything the public needs to know? Like, say it's like 2 weeks from now and they want to check out this side. When they make a reservation, do they need to say anything specific?
Yeah, we're not exactly sure how we're going to handle that. Like right now, if you book a booth, it'll be a booth for either side.
Okay.
If you book a dining room, it'll be a dining room table for either side.
Okay.
I'm sure everybody's going to want to come to the new space.
For sure.
But like there's only so many tables in there. So, I mean, when you make a reservation, make it early. As always, get the time you want. Put a note in there. Our team will do our best to accommodate.
Awesome.
They're reading the notes all the time in there. I can't make any promises that they're going to be able to sit up here or down there or whatever, but I'm sure it's going to be in high demand.
Also, the main entrance is going to stay the same. There will not be an entrance upstairs to walk directly into the.
Yeah, you'll come in
Just
through
to
the
check
main
in with the
entrance.
host on the normal side.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
Yeah, the door up here, it's a really nice door, but it'll stay locked.
It is a beautiful
It is a
door.
super nice door.
It makes me want to get a new door for the main entrance. Maybe we'll get that next.
Yeah, no, I definitely, whenever I saw it, I was like, whoa, this door is a lot different, but it stands out, but it also has that same, like, you just know the feeling that is behind that door without even walking behind that door. I think it sets the precedent off rip of coming in here of what this space is.
I also think it's worth noting that y'all did an excellent job on the exterior too. Like, it's still, I wasn't sure how you were going to pull it off, to be honest. Like, if anybody's seen the Habitat building before, like before you guys like took over and stuff, but the painting, it really does blend really beautifully on the outside.
And once she gets done with that, with the gold foil and the
Yeah.
black and white, it'll
Accents, details.
it'll certainly pop. That was a really big challenge because you've got such a tall, big storefront
Yeah.
where our existing space is really small and kind of cozy.
Very different.
Yep. But like we had the chance to do some cool stuff on this project that we hadn't been able to do before. One of them is like stained glass was already on the windows. How do we incorporate stained glass? So we found a local couple that does stained glass at the farmer's market, and we commissioned them to do the glass in the project. We actually have one piece of glass that we pulled out of the original bar before we did a big remodel. So that piece of glass is hanging back up, and then they did some complementary work on that, which I think is really cool to tie in. A big part of what the main dining room is. You also see the cowhides on the wall, which is a big staple on our design on the front end of that. So yeah, just some cool stuff that we hadn't got to do before. Well, another one is the cloud ceilings.
Yeah, these ceilings are absolutely amazing.
Yeah, so ceilings are 14 foot tall in here, and they're like, I don't know, 9.5 maybe on the other side. So that's a big difference. How do we make it feel small and cozy? So we had these custom design. Karen made the pattern on them, had them made for us from I can't remember where they came from, but this is the first time doing the cloud ceilings. There's also an acoustical element to it. So, it's got a lot of foam up there that kind of softens the sound. So that's another.
Which is an issue we've had in the downstairs part of the Charolais is noise. Complaints about it being loud in there when it's full, but a full restaurant's going to be
A full
loud.
restaurant's
Yeah.
always going to be loud because people are going to be talking. Some people talk a little louder than others. Some people like it to be a little quieter. So we're hoping at least we haven't had a full restaurant in here yet because we haven't been open, but we've had quite a few people in here during training, and I think the acoustics are nice for sure.
That's such an interesting detail that I think I would have never thought of. Just like adding foam and how people's voices translate in a room. That's very cool to know that you guys are thinking about all those little details.
Absolutely. And
Very
then
cool.
Booths are another thing. So the furniture manufacturers in Atlanta that we work with, they do all kind of really custom booths. And a lot of folks that come in here, we only had 4 booths total. So they're like a hot commodity item. Now we're going from 4 to 12, so we're like tripling our quantity, and we got these nice ones that hold 6 to 7 people.
Yeah.
That are super, super cool. But like we're trying to figure out how can we get 6 people or how can we get 7 people around there. And back to Karen's drawing it up. We're putting people in, butts in the seat on,
Yep.
on the 3D model just to figure out, what we need, and then down to like the wood stain to the material that we chose on everything. So it's a pretty curated process.
I mean, I think
We've been working on this for well over 2 years,
Yeah, for sure.
design-wise.
I mean, it shows. Just, I mean, the attention to detail. I'm with you. I would have never thought about the acoustic worry, or
Yeah.
obviously, I'm sure hearing about or complaints about too loud or whatever. Then obviously they put it in your mind. But even just to have that thought process whenever you're doing something like this, it just shows that you took 2 years to make sure it was going to be right to
And
get
that you're
everything.
listening.
Same way with
For sure.
Same way with the tables. Like we got a tablecloth on this one, but if you were to pop that up, Tuck, these are wrapped in vinyl. So like when you set a glass down, it doesn't clink.
Okay.
It's going to set it down nice and soft. It's just like the subtle things like that like a guest doesn't truly see, but they feel it in their experience.
That's how it's elevated. It's like, you don't need to worry about that, sweetie.
Yeah.
We got it.
And that's the whole idea of
Yeah.
this Charolais 2.0 is details.
Yeah.
We're trying to hammer home details.
I
Good for you for listening to people, too. I'm a booth girlie. I looked around and was like,
I think
yeah.
everybody loves a good
I
booth.
love a booth.
And
I sit at the bar when I go places. If I have to be at the booth, I'll be at the booth. But I'm a guy that hangs out at the bar.
I mean, I'm a bar guy too, but if you
But
got
like a
if you got the
family
little ones
dinner.
with you, then
Yeah.
you got to choose a booth.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the attention to detail. I mean, y'all knocked it out of the park. Y'all killed it. It looks absolutely gorgeous in here. I honestly don't think I could pick one thing that I would change or that looks, that I can just point out. Every single thing, every direction you turn is just absolutely stunning in here. Y'all did a super, super good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Is there anything that you want everyone to know? Anything we've missed or left out? Anything that you're super excited about? Do you want to talk about Morganton?
We can talk a little bit about Morganton if you want.
I know there's people asking.
Yeah.
There's a bunch.
Curious minds are inquiring.
There's a bunch of people asking. We get people in
Yeah.
barbecue all the time that are like, "Hey, we're from Morganton. We heard that Cranford Hospitality's coming to Morganton, so we just want to come check out a restaurant." And whether they go to the Standard or
Feel
whether
it
they go
out.
here, they're always watching y'all.
Yeah. So
Well, we're super excited about the union. We think it's going to be a game changer for Morganton. It's in a great space, great location. The building itself, if you're not familiar with the building, it's 2 levels, 2.5 levels, kind of the way it's set up. You got your main dining level that'll hold probably 80 seats, might be 74. And we're adding a small bar downstairs, like a 6-seater bar. Before it had like a lunch counter where you could kind of come up, eat lunch, and roll really quick. We're kind of changing that ambience there. There'll be a lot more booths in the space. Karen's going to be doing the gold lettering on the window there. But the overall aesthetic's going to be really nice. And then you go upstairs and there's like a bar, maybe party area. It's that space is going to be really dynamic. For example, one of the delays in constructions is trying to figure out how to make your vision work with your budget.
For sure. For sure.
That's probably the biggest one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we can all dream big, but at the end of the day, somebody's got to pay for it, and
Yeah.
it's got to work. And out there, we're taking this. They've got these really cool, tall windows that kind of go out on this patio, and the patio space is great. But it's like, how the heck? It looks so divided right now. How the heck do we connect these two spaces and make them like one and make them dynamic? So we're going to take those windows out. And put some transitional opening on the windows, make the bar kind of connect through. So it'll be like double-sided on the bar. So from the outside, you feel like you're inside, and from the inside, you feel like you're out.
Yeah.
And that process.
Lots of logistics in
lot of-
there.
Yeah,
Lots
and a
of
lot of
quotes.
Lots of permitting.
Lots of quotes.
and lots of quotes and dollars, and how do we get what we want?
But finesse it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And massage it to get what we need there. And so we've been working on things like that. But
It's called the Union, you
it's
said?
gonna be called the Union.
Can you tell us about the concept a little bit?
Yeah, American Grill, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Don't have the exact days we're going to be open, but I think we're going to be open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day.
Yeah.
Is what
At
we're,
least
what we're
6
tracking
days,
at least
but
6
maybe
days.
7.
Yeah. But just like familiar comfort food done well. At night, you'll see a little more entrees. You'll see some steaks on there and some pastas on there, sandwiches at lunch, and
Blue plate specials at lunch as well. So a meat and 2 sides, and that's a rotating, maybe country style steak, maybe meatloaf, but a rotation of those.
yeah. Also, think of a place like I could eat there 3 times a week and not get tired of it.
That's how I felt
Place.
about Country Market, like where y'all later took over Granny's what is that, in Conover, Claremont?
Claremont.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about their menu.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sounds like that's kind of the direction you're going, but a little more elevated at the different times.
For sure, and there'll be a full bar in there as well. So we'll have our spirits, we'll have beer in there. So yeah, it's gonna be an exciting project. They're turning over dirt, like to get like a status on that. Electricians are running wire, and we are replumbing the kitchen to get where drains need to be for our equipment. So we're doing a full gut remodel. It won't look like what it has before in there. As we do with all of our properties.
There's
I was gonna
absolutely
say, y'all are
nothing.
pretty
It's
good
a
at that.
skeleton right now. The building is a skeleton. We're working on putting it back together.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was a skeleton in here.
Yes,
How
it
many months
was.
ago? I mean, but I hear at the end, though, it was fast.
It
I mean,
comes
this
together.
last couple months was just like,
Yeah, it felt like it was
Quick.
nothing, and then you walk in
and I
here.
walked in and saw these cases and was like, whoa,
Yeah.
stunning.
That's how it goes, though.
And
Yeah.
and for those of y'all that don't know or haven't heard, Cranford Hospitality is coming to Morganton. The old Yanni's, Bellavino was everybody knows it as Yanni's, but Bellavino was what it was after that. They have acquired that space and they're making changes.
Yeah,
for
no,
sure.
no hard timeline yet, but we are working hard, and we're excited about Morganton. Excited about that.
Giving people a timeline, they're
Yeah.
going to have you up hanging if you don't hit that timeline.
As long as you give us some teaser photos,
Yeah.
we'll stay at bay.
You don't want any photos right now.
Don't forget, in
yeah.
the skeleton era, take your photos for the before and after.
For sure. I will say we're making a lot more trips down I-40 to Morganton than we have in recent years. So we're excited about that community and excited about sharing what we have to offer with that community as well.
Cool.
And just to throw it out there, we are Burke County boys from East Burke. So
Yep. So yeah. Absolutely.
That's funny. All right. Was there anything else that you guys wanted to add? Anything else that you want the people to know about Charolais, about Cranford Hospitality, about either one of you guys?
I think we're good. Just that. Maybe,
Nothing?
Maybe we appreciate all our staff, and we appreciate all of our wonderful guests as well.
Yeah, I'll say I appreciate our guests and our staff. Without both of those and their support, we wouldn't be able to do a project like this. At the end of the day, we came in, had a vision here. First time we kind of stepped into what we call fine dining was at this place, and y'all have welcomed us in with what we were wanting to do here, and allowed us the opportunity to kind of grow this, and we're certainly grateful for that. If you'd have said, like, when we took over in 2019, would we be doing a project like this? I don't know if that was at the front of our mind, but
Make room for more people was not not in the plans when we first acquired the Charolais, but here we are.
yeah, so we're excited. Yeah.
What's the best way that our community can support you right now? Just showing up?
Yeah, showing up, like just having also like good morale too, just across the board. Like, if you have a good experience somewhere, let everybody know.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you had a bad experience, talk to the team, talk to the manager, let them make it
them
right.
fix it.
Yeah, let them fix it.
We're all about
Yeah.
trying to make it right
Right.
before you leave the door, but if you don't let us know, we can't.
Yeah,
For
we
sure.
can't fix it.
yeah.
Reviews don't all have to be bad. I think that's something that people really should remember.
correct.
Shout out the good times too.
And that can be a whole nother episode.
yeah,
of-
it's a whole
Yeah,
podcast
for
on its
sure.
own.
how the world works nowadays, like with reviews and with
Cancel culture.
with AI and
Yeah.
just, like
Oh, yeah.
there's a ton of different ways to go down. But yeah,
Yeah.
just like support us, good word of mouth,
Yeah.
give a shout out. However, yeah.
Book your private events,
Book private
Absolutely.
events.
For sure.
birthday parties. Cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we appreciate you guys
Yeah.
coming to sit down.
I feel honored we got to see the space.
I know, for real. Thank y'all for being willing to take the next step, and thank y'all for being willing to fail, because
Yeah.
that's ultimately what it is. You have to
Courage.
take a risk.
Yeah,
and
big courage.
And you don't know what the community is going to, how they're going to receive it. But I think everybody knows what Cranford hospitality is about. I think everybody has,
Solid
bought in.
reputation out here.
So I'm excited to see and be a part of everything that comes on after this. I have high hopes for Cranford, and I'm sure y'all's are a lot higher than mine. But I'm happy to be a part of the team.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
For sure.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
guys.
coming.
Hey,
Yeah,
thank y'all.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. All right, guys. Now we're sitting down with executive chef, Mr. Ben Sullivan. Thank you for coming to hang out with us.
Sure thing, man.
I just wanted to get your aspect of the transition of Charolais. I know owners have a different mentality and different mindset with transition than
For sure.
than the executive chef that has to accept all of their wishes and just like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. But I just want to know what this transition means as far as back of house and what you vision this transition being from your team.
Yeah, so we have an opportunity to really escalate the experience for everybody in Hickory and all the people that come into Hickory. And I'm really excited for that opportunity for change.
For sure. Well, what do you ensure? How do you keep the same quality? Because everybody knows the Charolais quality, and everybody knows what to expect whenever they walk into the Charolais. But now you're adding a 50-person dining room. You're adding the potential of a 70-person party room. How do you ensure that same quality when you have a lot more steaks on the grill?
Well, first off, it starts with our team.
sure.
We have a really strong team here, and we actually have the strongest team we've probably had in the 60-year history. And then you have to rely on them because they're the ones in here day in, day out executing for us. And you rely on their knowledge and their experience and their determination to get that job done.
For sure.
And then you have to do a lot of planning. We've spent quite a lot of time sourcing the proper ingredients, making sure that we like them, we like the way they taste, we like the way they look. We can get them all the time because we don't want to make a promise and then not be able to deliver on that promise to the customers.
For sure. What do you see your biggest challenge being from this whole thing? What do you think is going to be the biggest hiccup that you're going to have to endure?
Probably making sure that we maintain the integrity of what we've been doing while pursuing new experiences for the guests.
Yeah.
We do have this beautiful dining room that we're sitting in right now. We've got a really beautiful private dining room that we can expand to. And we want to showcase those and these new items that we've put on the menu that we've worked hard for while still continuing to get that the same experience that we've had for the last 60 years.
Yeah. I mean, I think that, that rolls right into the next question because this has been a staple since 1969. Everybody knows what to expect. How do you honor that tradition that has been a staple here for so long, but also embracing the growth aspect of trying something new and branching out.
Well, we did that 6 years ago when we bought this place.
Yeah.
We kind of took the dust off of her and gave her a good shake up and shined her up real well.
Yeah.
And you embrace change slowly, especially at such a staple of the situation.
Yeah.
And we just make those minor changes and let people
Feedback loop.
Yeah. I mean, it's very gradual, and people will definitely have a little bit of feathers ruffled. Some people will. You know, that's just because they've been coming here for their life, their parents' life, their grandparents' life.
Yeah.
But then once you see all the positivity and the growth and what it will be, people accept that.
What are you most excited for? Number one thing that you just are just over the moon about this expansion?
Honestly, it will be seeing an extra 60 to 70 people in here on a Friday night, just having those moments that they're going to remember for years and years and years and years to come. That's why I got into this, is because I like to have those moments and give those moments to other people. That's really what hospitality is about.
Amen.
Yeah, that was very well said.
Yeah, I mean, I think that goes unnoticed in the hospitality world. Is
And if
that
you don't feel
it's
that
for
way,
the
get out
customer.
of that industry.
Yeah, exactly. You're not doing
you're
it right.
in the wrong industry.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, is there anything else that you wanted to add? You want to let the viewers know about you, or anything just that you want to say before we get off here?
No, you'll just usually see me running around in the back with my hair streaming and my gray hair going.
But he's got all the aura.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys inviting me to sit down for this. We're really very excited about this room and just what it means in this next chapter of the Steakhouse.
We're excited and we appreciate them sitting us down and letting us be the ones that showcase this. We're super excited to see what this room holds. I know you are as well.
Yeah, it's going to be dope.
It's going to be dope for sure. Cool.
Thanks for coming.
Hey,
Yeah,
thank you.
I appreciate you.
All right, guys. At the end of every video, we always shout out our Patreon community. So for $5 a month, you can get early access footage, early videos, ad-free. For $10 a month, you can participate in these segments. You can ask any of our viewer or any of our guest questions. You can get behind the scenes. You can get bloopers. You can get all of that fun stuff. And then our final is $20 a month. That is where we will give you a personal shout out in the end of every video. So Mitch Ball, shout out Mitch Ball, owner of B52's, American Bar and Grill, downtown Newton. If you haven't went and checked it out, you definitely should.
Good burgers.
Speaking of that, hey, did you see that the Moonshiners came to B52's the other night?
I did see that.
That was
awesome.
I know. I was like,
That's
whoa,
awesome.
that was wild.
Little Newton's on the map.
I know, but we appreciate all you guys watching.
Yes.
We appreciate you following along with our journey, as well as all of the journey of all of our guests that we have on. We love doing this. We're super proud to be able to do this and showcase each and every entrepreneur or change difference maker in this community.
Doers.
The doers. we're big fans of the doers.
Doers and
for sure.
dreamers.
For sure. Anything you want to add before we wrap this up?
Nope.
All right. We appreciate you guys again. Thank y'all so much.
See ya.
Peace.